Hi, Marcus from Hökensås Sportsfiske here at the Ahrex headquarters. I'm gonna tie an easy pike fly today for those who want to get started with the pike fly fishing. I love it. I mainly fish for trout and rainbow, of course, with the work I have, but I love the pike fishing too. So I'm gonna tie easy pike fly today. You can make it a little bit different if you tie them on a stinger hook like this. You can put on a wiggle tail or a flash tail, or else you tie it easy like this and you can fish with a 6 or 7 weight if you want to. But I start to tie this and you can see for yourself hook and the vise, and I have some Dyneema 100 deniers strong thread, and it's a little bit slick, so I'll use some super glue to get it really attached as a base on the hook. And I cover, just as you see, like half the hook with thread. And here up I'm going to start with the bucktail color. The first one I'm going to use is a white one, and I take the material from a little bit down on the patch, because this I'm not going to tie in the reverse. I'm going to just tie it in, and then you have to sort it out the small hairs like that. So, and a few loose wraps before I spread it around the hook, and then I just tighten it up to get a nice spread all around the hook there. So I'm gonna cut the small ends here. Then just tie down the butt ends. Then I use some wide flash on the back tail. I'm gonna use 3 different kinds for this, silver and some sparkly ones, and I mix them up as I already done, and I cut them in pieces, so when I double fold them they get about the length I want. That's like that. I think I'm gonna cut them some more, a little bit long. And I mix these 3 up, so I have like this, and then I divide it in half. 1 half for the upper side of the hook and 1 for the down part. So, and I uneven the ends, so I just pull it randomly on these ones, and a bunch on the top here, about 60% on the way back and like 40 in the front. Then I just fold it over and spread it out with the thumb and secure it like that. Then I take a little clamp to get it out of the way, and then do the same on the underside of the hook. Same amount, uneven the ends, and like 60-40. So, and I want to see I get an even spread around the hook. I think it's quite all right. I'm happy with that one. You do like this, and then some super glue, the best friend you have when you tie pike flies, to get them to hold up better from the teeth. So a couple of extra wraps, and then I go forward about, let's say I would have about 1 centimeter of the hook left. Then I'm gonna use some chartreuse. This I'm gonna tie in reverse, so I take a choice a little bit down, more on the patch and the same amount as in the back. And then I just even up the small hairs, take them away. And then I'm gonna see, I wanna do not that long like that, a little bit shorter than the first bunch of bucktail, so I can cut them off a bit. And I tie them in reverse. I tie them like this in the front. And the same here, a couple of loose wraps. Just push it around the hook. You can even check if you want to, but I think that's quite alright. And as you see, this is flaring out more when I choose the bottom part of the tail. So it's gonna flare perfectly. And then I'm gonna cut some of this, not so important, but some of this off. Like that. And secure with a couple of harder wraps. Then I have a pen who I have destroyed, and I will push this backward. It's easier to get a nice spread around the hook when you use something like this. Then you use your hands to pull the feathers the last way. Just pull the thread in front, and then you're gonna build up like a base for the bucktail to lean against. So you get, I want to have like 45 degrees. As you see now, it stands pretty much straight up. So I want to take the clamp, pull it down, and use some super glue again. And then I'm going to build up so you have a spread about 45 degrees angle backwards. And I think starting to get there. Some more wraps I think I need. Pretty much there. That's pretty perfect. And some more wraps. And then I'm gonna use some thinner flash. These kinds. And the same here, I want to have a silver and chartreuse one, so I use some greenish silver and dark green chartreuse to get an even mix. And the same here, I take a bunch, I already mixed them up and cut them to the right length, almost. Maybe I'll shorten them down a little bit more. And I do the same here, I part this in half, so I got about the half on the top, and the other one underneath. Super glue and flash is a really nice combo to get stuck in the hands. So about that, put out some super glue and put on the flash on the top there, stop there, some loose wraps and tighten it up and just fold it over. And I'll fold this one over. I'm gonna push with my thumb so I spread it all over the top of the hook like that. Then I look, well, looking pretty good. The clamp again and switch down to the underside and do the same there. And I do the same with the like 40, 60 in the back and 40% in the front, and then I just fold it back. And that way you get uneven butt ends on all the flash, and the movement on the flash is really getting better. They don't stick together as easy. So there you see, pretty much the pike fly. If you want to, you can put some eyes and a epoxy head on this one now, but I prefer to use some head of some kind of hair or long hair dubbing. But first I'm gonna get some replies. I like this one, it's really shiny, and some of these are a lot of UV, and that's good for pike fly, I think. So I put a few strands on the top. One important thing when you tie a pike fly, I think, it's to use a lot of different flash, because you get them to move different, and that's important because you get a lot of movement when you use different kinds of flash. You have the thick ones in the end, the smaller ones, and the really small ripple eyes. So you build up the fly with different kind of flash. That's really good, I think. So, if I don't glue my fingers to the hook here with all the super glue, I'm gonna try to do some head then. I start with some chartreuse. This is Senjus laser dub. You can use longer ones if you want to have a bigger head, but on this small fly I think this is pretty much enough. So I take a bunch, tie it in on the top like that, and then I take the same amount and I tie them underneath like this. Yeah, pretty much even flare, so you cover up, and then you pull it back and go with the thread, a couple of wraps in front. Then I use, like, you can use a small comb or like a dubbing brush. Just even it out before you secure it. It's good enough like that, and some hard wraps in front. Then I want some hot spot. You can use orange, but when in Denmark, why not use shrimp pink? So let's do that. A small amount, just to get a little different color in the front of the head. So shrimp pink it is. One small bunch on the top, and we'll do the same on the bottom. So, just pull everything backwards and secure it. That's gonna be nice. Easy pike fly with a small head of Senjus laser dub and some more super glue to finish off the fly. I just put some on the thread, do a couple of wraps, and then I do like a half inch or two. That's good enough because the glue is gonna sit on the thread and sink in, so it's gonna stick there really well. So, pretty much ready, but it's blind at the point, so I need some eyes. I just comb it through, because if they're on a loose hair, I'm gonna get rid of it with the dubbing brush. And some super glue on the hands, so you got hairy hands. So, and then I just put this one on, flatten out, and some Sapagap gel. It's my favorite to use when you do a head of dubbing or fur, because it's not sinking in so fast in the material. It sticks outside and really good for the eyes. Depending on the size you tie, you use some eyes. I think this is I think there's a 9mm eyes, this one, so I think. On each side, and then let's see if they got it pretty straight. I think so. Push them in and the material some bit, and then I just use a small clamp like this, because I want the head to flatten out. It's gonna get the fly like a jerky style in the water when you pull it home. So this is the easiest pike fly I tie, actually. You can use it with one color of bucktail if you want to, of course. But I like this one. You got a one volume, and it's pretty much tangle free, and it's catch a lot of pike. Easy pike fly. Tie a bunch and go get the big ones.